Hi everyone, welcome for this EverChest video. I'm Panda Morasha and we are going to talk about the territory. So the territory is your kingdom builder kind of mini game. There are several things that you may want to know about it. So first main building is the capital. On the first screen we have a trade option. So we can 3 times per day we can dispatch a troop uh, to a location. Each location have a certain level that depend on the star or the crown that it have. So you have 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, and 1 crown. The best being obviously the crown. You have some free refresh per day, and you dispatch your troop and it have a chance to get you diamond, chest, and tool for your building. So that's the main thing about the capital. Then you also have the governance, which is very important because you can assign some of your companion to your production building. And the more quality the companion have, the more output you get. So I would suggest that you use your best immortal hero to the lumberyard, because lumberyard is the building that will determine the level of all your other building, because every building except costs wood, right? Then if you are on the early game, then you may want to put on the farm, because the crops allow you to get bread, which will unlock some skill level on your hero. But if you want to plan more for the mid to late game, then you balance with mine, because mine allow you to produce gear for your hero. And that's more a mid to late game things. Like in the early game, the companion gear is really negligible. Like it doesn't provide a whole lot of stat. So you need to have your capital upgraded, and when your capital is upgraded, it allows you to upgrade your other buildings, right? So that's it for the capital. Then we have the lumberyard. So the lumberyard is what produces you wood, and you can use your tool as soon as you get them, and you collect. You want as much wood as fast as possible, because wood is used to upgrade your building. Like as an example, I have to grab my blacksmith. It's my last building to upgrade before I can upgrade my capital 12, and I need 61k wood to upgrade it. So I use my tool. As soon as I get them, I use them on the lumberyard. Then you have the farm. Farm create crops. I think they call it wheat. I'm not sure. The crops will be used in the mill to create bread. So, do you need to use your tool or not? It's up to you. You can either use them when you have a quest for it, or you can use them as you get them. It won't make a big difference, honestly. Use them as they go will give you a better idea on how to handle the mill, which I will talk about in a few. Okay, then you have the mine that produce ore, and you don't want to use your tool on the mine unless you have a quest for it. Like in the early game, unless you have a quest, I just had a quest for it, that's why I don't have a lot of tools. Unless you have a quest for it, you don't want to use, because in the early game um, you will not craft a lot of gear. It will come later on. Okay, so you have the mill. The mill allow you to create bread, to turn your crops into bread, and you can see what you can expect to have when you do the conversion. So I can expect to make 1,113 breads, and you can have some crit 3 eggs or 2 eggs. So you will do a little more than that in bread. So when do you process? Well, I don't process once I have something. I only process when the amount of bread I can do allow me to get to the next 25 step I need to get my next skill level. So as an example, right now, my next skill level will be at level 125. So I need to do 14 level, which is 2,800 breads. So I want 2,800 breads before I start to convert my wheat into my bread. There is no point doing it before that because it will just give me a very little start and nothing major, nothing game changing. So I may as well wait, because by the time I get enough crops to make my 2,800 breads, maybe I will have some upgrade which increase the conversion rate between your crops and your bread. So I can gain, I can save, I can make more bread than I should have. So 2008, realistically, I can do it at 2005 or even 2004 because I will have some crit. So that will get me there, right? So this is how I do. So I do not process it for now. I don't need to. Unless you have a request for it. If you have a request for it, then go for it. Blacksmiths create gear that you can synthesis to go from one quality level to another if you are lucky. So as an example, if you have another purple sword, you can put it there and you will have 56% chance to have +2 or even go up and turn the sword into gold, but you also have 20% chance to lose the item that you put here, and then that will give you the stone you need here to upgrade the gear slot. Now, the problem with the gear is that it's very, very, very little stat. It's neglectable, and it only start to be interesting when you reach the legendary gear and you have the right class for it. So right now, class bonus, it increases the basic attribute by 10% if I have the right class. So here it's Ranger, so I don't have any Ranger. That's too bad. And I believe I only got Ranger. Yeah, I only got Ranger piece. So if you enhance, I believe it keep the class from the source gear. So here I enhance gold equipment into a legendary one, and that means I didn't get any class specification. So you need to craft immediately the heroic in order for it to work. So the legendary, I mean, if you craft heroic and you upgrade into legendary, you will not have class specifications. So I don't recommend to craft anything unless you have a quest for it. Like sometimes you have a quest craft 10 per day, so you craft 10 and you stop there. Aside from that, I would not craft anything until you have a very high chance to make a legendary. So legendary should be at least here, perhaps even here. If you are already playing the long game, then you need legendary to be here. Only do legendary and above. That way you can have the class specifications and you can have a 10% increase attribute. So that's where I would decide to forge. So if you want to not be hoarding so much resources and you want to have a sense of progress a little by little, then you can just do halfway, which means you force 10 per day and you stop there. You only make 10 per day, that's it. And you store all your overall. That would be how I would go about it, because uh, because the gear really low level, it make no impact. Trust me, that's not worth it. Then you can have a vessel that you can collect every day. That gives you some um, diamond and some gold, I believe. Yeah, diamond and gold. If you are under a lord, you can claim reward weekly based on the capital level of your lord. If you don't have a lord, it's based on your own capital level. So the better you manage your capital, the more you gain. Then you can have some quests sometimes that pop out. So when you have a quest, we'll have an exclamation mark or an interrogation mark, that depends. It can pop on your own territory, on your friend territory. In this case, you will have right there event. So each event have a fixed reward based on the decision you make. So very often you have 2 or 3 options, and every time you will choose an option, you will have always the same reward per option. So I didn't did it so far, but I will start to do it now, and I suggest you do the same. Take a little post-it and start to write down what you get from which answer you choose. So that way you can later on target what you need the most based on the event that pop out. I think that's the most important thing about the territory, or at least that's one of the important things, because there are quite some good events. There are events that give summoning time for artifact, and I don't know. I know there is gold, there is chests, there are gems. You have several options that can be interesting. So based on what you want, then you can target the right answer. So I will start my post-it today, and I suggest you do the same so you don't get blindsided when a quest pop up. You know exactly what to choose. Well, that's it for territory. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.